Ahoy hoy everybody, I'm Nerder's Fred, and today we are going to check out the new map for Immortal Empires. It's a quick little rundown on all the different regions. First off, Druchii lands. Not much have changed around these parts, but once we get south of Ironfrost here, we go to Elder Spire, we get a new region, Iron Coast. I guess, well, Dracula Spire and Elder Spire at least. Otherwise, a lot of stuff is mainly the same. A little bit different, maybe. We'll be covering everything, but I just want to take a little look. Thoughts. Maybe you guys want to do it with me. So much room for activities around these parts. Now on this map, so much. A lot of cool new details. As we see here also, much cooler effects for the Fallen Gates. D lane right there as well. Masta is sitting there, gonna attack Sineshi army. Here we see everything is a little bit changed. Not a ton, but just a little bit. I think a lot of things are just like that. A little bit different. So if you knew all the movement ranges by heart, you're probably gonna have to relearn them, even on the places that look to be the same. Lot from the Vortex map is here now. It's very nice. The Blood Hall, for example, Golden Ziggurat, Great Turtle Isle. Very nice. As you can see here, also elven colonies on all these. I mean, the Lustria map on Vortex is not that bad. It's mainly in Immortal Empires for Warhammer 2 that it was pretty crowded and weirdly cut off everywhere, but here, pretty good. Elven Port, though, it seems, at Citadel of Dusk. Something they've changed. Portal still has the gold mine, though. But a little bit less crowded around these parts. Somehow, more room, less things. I mean, I say somehow, but that makes sense, doesn't it? Fancy Vampire Coast here as well, very cool. Tarantula Coast here, very cool here with the new Albrix. Let's continue south, shall we? Ooh, that looks nice still. Godless Crater. A lot of special places here, boss. Oixel starting around these parts. But not a lot of landmarks, a couple of resources. Well, Jarl will have his work cut out for him, I suppose, just going this murder corridor. At least we see some gold for them. Oh man, this is a very long murder corridor. It's gonna be hell to guard, since everything's coastline and anybody can, you know, land anywhere. But you got it all. It's easy to claim, at least. It's just probably pretty difficult to actually defend, I'd imagine. Let's go from over here as well. Over here in the Southlands. The Kairos being here, Force of Dawn as well. No elven ports on any of these. That might be changed later on, who knows? So Sotek. This is so much better, right? Techless here at Sotek's Trail.
We are the guardians of order.
Just by Krokar. That's going to be an interesting one. Saurus are always probably the worst thing to fight early on. Godly Bars here as well with Khalida. Lamia still being under control of the Silver Host. Scarbrands over here. It doesn't have too much to kill. A lot of stuff in between. It's gonna probably have a fun time getting that blood meter up. Murder meter. Searcher being right here. Vezoran as well. Spring of Eternal Life. Manfred. Starting Kassabar. Volkm at Suddenburg. Alright, I know what some people are thinking, and yes, it is very hard to actually think what routes you're supposed to take here to show as much as possible. Arcan still with his place here. Everything is quite the same, but pretty different. As if you had clear memory of everything, but also dementia. Our 8 peaks though. That is looking sweet. Doesn't look to be as much in a hole as it used to be in Warhammer 2. It's looking way more open. One less region though in the province. Check the mountains here as well. This is clear difference. You could just go up here, easy peasy, but this is just a corridor as well. It's going to lend itself very well for Skaven takeover, or dwarves, or greenskins, or beastmen, or anything else than, you know, the actual undead, I suppose. Unless they introduce Neferata, I suppose, with Underways. Yell still. Insolent. To no one's surprise, as you know, everybody knew this. Mirabin still has Scrag. Apparently can move over this little water here. Belgar though starting down here, which is going to be nice for him because then he can just go upwards to take everything on. What if he starts with all of his ghost pals still, or if he starts with 2 there? We need to check that as well at some point, I suppose. Check out Bretonia. Oh, it's a little bit haphazardly here for how things will go. Even though Athel Loran looks kind of the same, it does feel like everything will take a little bit getting used to. Maybe this is one of the places that is actually just... the graphics just make it look very, very different than it actually is. New fancy cities though look much, much better, I gotta say. So you can clearly see which is a castle just by the little crown with the crenellations. Check out Old Dawn here. Which is the same. Very likely this is the least changed place of them all. Except for Ankari. I suppose they have a little bit more unit diversity here now. So Ariel's start will be a little bit weirder. Right, let's check out here though. This is a very cool little reference to the first one, Sporticus, with cage breakers, greenskins that rebelled in events. Alice does not seem to have a good place to start, but this is more lore friendly than where he used to start, considering he mainly travels around the northern wastes and the Druki lands in his books. Kislev is largely the same. I definitely thought they would increase how many places they have. They do have this one though. That is new. Vitevo. I mean. Castle Alexandrov as well, obviously. Otherwise, it is very much the same. Novshoshi. Well, Novshoshi? Ah, yeah, something like that. There's a couple of new places, but I definitely thought they would try to squeeze in an extra one around here. Something like this. Prague? Well, very likely have a little bit of an easier time around these parts, I'd imagine. Not as many people will come around here. They used to. Or maybe they will, and it's actually going to be worse because you have to travel there as well.
Marauders all.
And Bellicor over here. This place is also largely unchanged. Alright, so let's actually check a little bit of the Northern Empire. Kazrak finally being in a cooler place. Just by Lorland Forests. That seems like a death trap as well. Good first fight, I suppose. Let's check here. Let's check Northern here first. So we try to be a little bit more structured. Largely unchanged around these parts. Brass Keep. I mean geometry-wise, well, geography-wise. We have a lot of new additions with lords and different factions being around. Oh, Dirtha starts right there. That's an interesting one. I guess they really want him to go and fight Cagnorn. Does look pretty good over here. Arkvar has some new models though, looking really good. I think so anyway. It looks like it. This area here, I'm always surprised they don't add anything else to it. Basement encampment or anything really. Lamian sister there, still led by Khalid, who was technically still one of the first Lamians. So, I mean, it's a little bit weird having a dude leading the Brotherhood, I suppose. I don't know where Sunbai Jin is. Good old Kolek. Not too far from Grimgor. Yeah, so there's Dragon Isles. Gorst, not too far from it. Also, fancy Greece is there, just by the Great Hall. That is a clear path for where you're supposed to go, I suppose. Greece is looking to be a much better campaign this time around. We're not, well, maybe you are still forced to go into these awful corridors. Zar Nagrunds, still no short boys with tall hats. But soon, I suppose, or I hope. That's 2001 Warcraft 3. Like maybe something more here, or maybe there. This is just a nice little cutoff. There's a lot of land to not have in it though. Lokir, right here. Some vampires. Village right here as well. Village of the village people. Next right here, a little sapling touring around. And apparently a very, very advanced observatory. I mean, a lot of love went into this. It's looking really sweet. Great Maw. Vampire counts. This is Jade Vampires, I think. Future. They're not there yet, but there's definitely the future of the office. Otherwise, what is also mentioned in the End Times books, for example, are the Ghoul Cabals of Cathay. Oh, really? Norskins? That is really cool. We're probably gonna see that after a bit. When the Norskin rework comes around, probably gonna have a couple of neat little dudes right there. Or around here, but I would imagine that they're gonna implement something around these parts at some point. Village of the Tiger Man, probably gonna be getting in the territory soonish here, I guess. If you guys don't think we're gonna get Inns and Koresh, man, I don't even know what to tell you, dude. Some fancy wood elves here. I still right here, right north of Koresh. In the fly-through, they did have some ghouls here. Is that them, maybe, that they are actually referencing? That could be it. Dimmed Suns. And the puns, they know no end. Just like we like it. Yeah, let's see. This was a little bit sporadic movements, but I think I kind of got most of this. I mean, if I didn't, how would I even know? That's right here. That's probably something we missed. It's looking very good. Hopefully they'll do something around here. Otherwise, traveling these parts will probably be very not so fun. Large stretches of desert is never fun. That's why I hate playing as Dong in... Ooh, look at this. The Dong in Three Kingdoms, because those northern deserts are garbage. I'm fairly sure we actually went through everything now. Some piss, that's nice. New place. There's a lot of new places, as you could have seen. Here we go. This we did not grab. It does not show that it has any kind of elven ports, which these places should have. This definitely feels like it's going to be something more. This is a lot of space for nothing. But we'll probably see that once they fill out Ind and Koresh right here. It's a lot of space to fill in still. Still a little bit maybe a Nippon here. Maybe the Lost Isles. Fairly sure we managed to cover it all. Well, except for the ocean toilets, obviously. Bonus ocean toilets. And there you have it. Thanks for watching whatever this was. I'll see your cute faces next time.